So these are the three things he says here that the local church is to be like: holy, united, and loving. Now that in and of itself is important for us. But here's the follow-on question to that. If we really want to understand what a church is, why is the church to be like that? Why is the church to be holy and united and loving? What's the reason for these characteristics? Simply put, the character of the church is to reflect the character of God. The character of the church is to reflect the character of God. Charles Bridges begins his classic book, Christian Ministry, by saying the whole effulgence of the divine character is revealed in the church. The great characteristics of Jehovah there are put on display for all the world to see. We are to be holy and united and loving because God is like all these things. As Paul wrote to the Corinthians explicitly in chapter 11, verse 1, follow my example as I follow the example of Christ. It's God that's to be reflected in the church. So, what is a church? A church is a congregation of baptized believers associated by covenant of the faith and fellowship of the gospel, observing the ordinances of Christ, governed by his laws, exercising the gifts, rights, and privileges in them expressed in his word, and that its only scriptural officers are elders or pastors and deacons whose qualifications, claims, and duties are defined in the epistles to Timothy and Titus. And why is our congregation so important? Because the local church is the means by which we are called to display God's glorious character to his creation by living for him with a life of holiness, unity, and love. This is what the church, this is what any church I'm devoted to is about. How about your church? Why else would you give yourself to a local church?